on August 29th, 2023, I posted this video that has popped up on the screen about Danya's version of the Belgrade Gambit. Once again, I can safely say I learned how to play the Belgrade Gambit from Danya, and that's one of the good things I'm remembering the man for. May his soul rest in peace. First, let me start with some cool traps in the Belgrade Gambit. Of course, before I play one or two games, this arises from the 4 knights game. After e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, knight c3, and knight f6. By the way, this is what is known as the 4 knights game. So from here, you want to go d4. The top played move by far is ed. If this happens, be ready to sacrifice your pawn on e4 like this. So you play knight d5. You will see most average players taking the pawn on e4. Well, even strong players. And there are two ways you can continue with this gambit, either by going bishop d3 or by playing queen e2 immediately. We'll look at the bishop d3 line later. Let's begin with queen e2 for now. This pins the knight to the king, and it looks like the best black can do is to defend the knight like that. Now this is when you can go knight g5. The idea is just to win a free knight. You will see most people playing bishop e7 in this position, but this is when you can safely take, and after they take back, you go queen takes e4. And now this looks like the best opportunity for black to put their king to safety, but here comes bishop d3, and it turns out there's little that black can do, to stop the chaos that is about to start happening. Pawn to g6, bishop h6, attacking the rook. And I've seen people playing rook e8, trying to do a little discovery, but things are not clear after this. And bishop g5, you can actually take the dark squad bishop. It's just a free bishop. So you will see them taking like this, then you take the queen. After knight takes, you take the rook. Now that's a simple trap in the Belgrade Gambit. My favorite line is the bishop d3 line, not even pinning the knight. Like in this position, instead of playing queen e2, you want to start with bishop d3. When you play this in a serious tournament match, you will see club level players responding with knight c5. And if that happens, be ready to give up your bishop pair. You don't need it in the Belgrade Gambit. So after knight c5, the best you can do is just to castle short. But hey, there's another beautiful line that I'll show you which involves the bishop g5 attack. But first, you simply castle short, and if they get rid of your bishop pair like that, you go queen takes d3. Again, bishop e7, knight takes d4, and you continue playing a normal game. But there's this other tricky idea of playing bishop g5 as I mentioned earlier. This gives black one more chance to blunder. For example, if they just play f6. You see, I love testing the waters with moves like knight takes d4. Just a little checkmate trap to surprise your opponents with. If pawn takes bishop, simply have queen h5 check. If they play g6, you can even sacrifice your queen. On the next move, it'll be checkmate. Not so many people see this coming. Also, if black takes the knight on d4, once again, there's a mate in 3 beginning with queen h5. Black's king can't escape. Again, if g6, you sack your queen and then checkmate them like that. So bishop g5 is another sneaky line you may want to try. If f6, you just take on d4. Oh, by the way, the best black can do is to take the light squad bishop on d3. This comes with check. So here you are forced to take with your queen. And believe you me, even in this position, they can't take the dark squad bishop. That will only bring you back into the game, e.g. after castle long. Looks like they can just take the knight, but after queen takes, what are they going to do? They can't even play bishop e7 due to queen takes, and we have all sorts of things coming their way, so it's not easy for black to continue playing from here. Anywho, bishop e7, what else can they do? Queen takes g7, rook f8, then you go rook h e1, and checkmate is now unavoidable. This just too much pressure. This queen g8 check, pap, and knight f6 mate. And one good thing about this opening, guys, is that you're more likely to see the 4 knights on the board. You can see that's the top played move. After knight to f6, the surprise move that your opponents won't be ready to see is pawn to d4 right away, known as the Scotch variation of the 4 knights game. And here you're going to see most of your opponents taking on d4, after which you go knight d5, and this is the beginning of the Belgrade Gambit. When you look into the Masters database, you'll find that grandmasters like Danya and Karpov played these from time to time, even in their classical games, so this is not a dubious move. The first line we are looking at is knight takes e4, the top played move in the Lichess database, which is very dubious. Why? Because this announces bishop d3, helping us to develop our piece with tempo, Let's say knight f6, which is a mistake because of queen e2 check, and obviously black cannot block this check with his nose. They have to do it with the bishop though, after which you go knight takes f6 check, and now they are forced to take with the pawn, hence messing up their pawn structure on the king side. So you can see already in the opening stage, black is losing. By the way, we can just continue playing like this. Let's say pawn to d5, maybe paving way for their light squared bishop. Here you can just go bishop b5, pinning the knight. I mean, there's a lot of things that you can do, by the way. But remember, one of our goals is to be in control of the game. You only want to be playing forcing moves. Bishop b5 threatens to take black's free pawn on d4. Let's say bishop d7. You can just take. If bishop takes, this is when you grab a free pawn. This pawn structure is already winning for white. If queen d7, you have rook e1, and now black can't even castle. For example, if castle long, we can just take, and after take, you will see them playing something like rook d f8. After which you just take their light squared bishop and grab all of their pawns. Guys, this is a very effective opening. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section down below. Don't just watch and give likes. If you can't share this video, just comment for the algorithm. That's the way you help me help you. Anyways, we are now looking at what to do if black takes your knight instead of your pawn. Well, you just take back. This is the simplest. By the way, it's also the easiest because you have a well advanced pawn on d5 which black can't easily stop. For example, if knight e7, the top played move, you simply take on d4 with your queen. And if pawn to d6, the top played move, you can go pawn to h3, even pawn to c4. But remember our goals in this study, you guys. You always want to be ahead in development and be in control of the game. This provokes black to play pawn to f6 or pawn to h6, which are both dubious moves. You just provoked a weakness, so this is when you can play bishop d2. What's the difference? There's a change in position, so next you'll be good to castle long. If knight f5, you go queen c4. Let's say bishop e7, you castle long. Even if they castle short, you will just start expanding on the king side, pawn to h4. After this, bishop d3, putting more pressure on the knight, and next I have plans to go pawn to g4 and rook dg1.
Now I'm playing against a 23-35 rated opponent. On its game again. Oh. So we see this bishop c5 move. Why can't I pin the knight? I think this is an opportunity to do so. Not really a good option, but guess I'll still come up with something after queen e2. Point is to pin the bishop in advance, also attacking the knight. Yeah, I guess this is cool for me. Is the knight dead? Oh, okay. Almost. That was going to be cool though. Didn't see this continuation. I'm just looking for a quick way to checkmate my opponent, by the way, with these sneaky moves. Can't take. I can't take due to queen check. Or maybe I should just take. Let's do this. I'll just take with ampersand if pawn to d5. Yep. Still defending my pawn. Can I give a check? No, I can't. My opponent was supposed to take with check immediately. This allows me to pin their knight. And if they are not careful, I'm going to checkmate them. I also have pawn to d7. Or first, bishop takes, c3, mate. Yeah, my opponent was just supposed to take. If knight takes happened, I was just going to take back like that. "22 seconds is a decent time for me. I think I can manage to checkmate my opponent." So they went offline, and now they are back. Okay, this is mate. I don't know why my opponent did that. This guy is a 23-35 rated opponent, by the way. And anywho, let's do this. d4. This is the Belgrade Gambit. Oh, wait a second. Maybe there's something else I can do in this position. d5. Yeah, this won't end well. I've seen this before. Let's give a check. We pin the knight indirectly to the queen, then take, messing up black's pawn structure on the king side. Black has a choice to keep the light squad bishop, but not anymore. Discuss a shot. Or let me just do. How about if I play pawn to g3? Yep. Let's take. I think I can now attack the queen, right? Well, let's do this. The idea is to give a check and win the queen. Yep. Give another check. So that was the curse of the Belgrade Gambit. Let me give a check. Oh, I wanted to give a check before taking. Anywho, now check this out, you guys. If you want to learn more about these kinds of tricks or similar opening ideas like the ones I just shared, you can watch this video that has popped up on the top left. Another video that I highly recommend you check out to skyrocket your rating is this one that has popped up on the top right. But if you love Gambit videos, you can check out the video that has popped up on the bottom left. And if you are a lover of chess traps like myself, feel free to click on the video that has popped up on the bottom right.